Hello! Today we're going to demonstrate the process for embedding the Magnifi video widget into a basic web page. We're starting with this simple site that we've pre-created featuring an imaginary conversation about the widget between myself and one of my colleagues here at Magnifi, open in a browser window on my computer. This is the website we're going to embed the widget in. First, we need to go to the widget admin site and get the embed code. I've already built the widget we're going to use for this demonstration, Meeting Widget for Video, down at the bottom. I'm going to click on Customize so you can see some of the options I've set. I've given it a name, and in this case I chose to embed a link widget, which is a group meeting widget. I've left the rest of the options as their defaults, though you can adjust the background color of the call lobby and the logo image of the widget. For instance, you might want to change that to your company logo. Now we need to copy the embed code for that widget. The lower right of each entry, you'll see there's a Copy Embed Code button. Click on that and the system will automatically copy the code to your clipboard. A little green message will pop up confirming it. Next, we need to add the embed code to the website HTML. I've already got it open here in my coding program, the index.html file in this case. You can see the code that presents my imaginary dialogue with Alex, which we saw on the page itself. I want to embed the widget below that. I drop the code in the location I've chosen. We save the index.html file, then go to the browser window where the page is open. We quick refresh, and you can see the widget appears in the lower right-hand corner of the page. This is the default location for the widget without any added CSS. Now, we'd like to move the widget up to sit opposite Alex's last comment, so we're going to add a little bit of CSS to make that happen. I've pre-written some code here that I'll explain as I use it. First, we need to label the widget with an ID, so the system knows which part of the web page to apply our CSS to. We need to use the div ID widget container, which is the ID embedded in the widget itself. To call this out, we include a snippet of code that sets this in the HTML. We'll put it after the script source line and before the bulk of the widget script itself. Then we save it. This labels this section of code as the widget container on the website. Now we need to position the widget container using CSS. We'll go back to my copy-paste notes to get the second snippet of code I wrote. We copy this code and then we're going to include it in the CSS file, which in this case is called style.css. I'm going to paste this CSS code near the top of the CSS file. The main thing is to make sure you don't drop it in the middle of another bit of CSS. Each section of CSS starts with a label, then an open curly bracket, then several lines of code, and then a closed curly bracket, usually on its own line. Our CSS identifies the widget container as div hashtag widget container. Then it provides coordinates for the positioning of the widget on the page, followed by a closed curly bracket on its own. I worked out the coordinates in advance, but by changing the pixel values, you can easily adjust where on the page the widget appears. Now we're going to save both files and return to the browser window to refresh to see the effects of our code. The widget moves from the bottom right of the screen right up to sit next to Alex's last comment. To use the widget, we click on it, which brings up a command for the user to select. Click on the command and follow the instructions provided to join the video call. It's really that easy. Thanks for watching, and please come back soon.